everyone, happy Sunday. Today is the fourth Sunday of Easter, and today's Gospel of John chapter 10, verse 1 through 10, we see the reference of God as a good shepherd, as well as the sheep. And it's an analogy for us as being the sheep. And basically, the real question is, whose voice are we following? Right? As we reflect on this Gospel, this is what I took from it. So we basically reference to our world today. Today we live in a world full of noise. We have people opinions, we have expectations, we have notifications, and all this noise that clouds sometimes our judgment, our decisions in different aspects in our lives. Sometimes everyone will be telling you what to do, or where to go, where to be, or what actually matters in life. But have you ever stopped and thought about whose voice am I actually following? In John chapter 10, Jesus says something very powerful. He calls himself the Good Shepherd. And he says his sheep know his voice. And they follow him not because they're forced to, or not because they don't have anything else, but because they actually trust in him. They actually trust in God. They trust in God's faith, in God's path, in the way that he will actually help them and guide them, right? So if we think about this, there's so many noises and voices in our own lives today. It could be from social media telling us what we need in life, what we should be doing, or where we should be going, or from friends that are pressuring us to play a role where we actually are compared to how we might fit in. Or another thing can be the fear of telling us that we need to play it safe. And so with that, these voices or this noise that we hear in the world, they don't really sometimes lead you to life, or the life that you're called to live, the life that God is calling you to live. They don't lead you to a life abundantly, like mentioned in the gospel. Sometimes it can lead you to confusion, to comparison, to loneliness, and even into emptiness. So Jesus says this, I came so you have life and you have it abundantly, right? Not just existing and not just getting by, but real, full, meaningful life. So the question is, again, do you recognize his voice? Because his voice doesn't shame you. It doesn't tear you down. It calls you by name. It leads you with a purpose. It reminds you that you are known and that you are loved. So in this week, or in the coming weeks to come, if you can make another reference of being in silence in amidst of no noise of the world, and with that silence, if you're able to play, reflect, and listen, because the voice you follow will actually shape the way you live your life. And the Good Shepherd, he's always calling you. He's calling you by name, and he calls you to live life abundantly, and he gives you purpose. So I ask that you, with the sense of purpose, that you take some time to reflect and to be able to learn what it is that the Good Shepherd is trying to guide you to.